کهکشان مقاومت ایران 1402 کنفرانس دادخواهی، محاکمه سران رژیم آخوندی به خاطر جنایت علیه بشریت و نسل کشی، سخنرانیهای شخصیتهای سیاسی و حقوقی، قانونگذاران، وکلا و کارشناسان ویژه ملل متحد از کشورهای مختلف جهان.
سخنرانیهای سناتور اریک ابتز، وزیر کار استرالیا 2015. تونی کلمنت، وزیر خزانه‌داری کانادا 2015.
سناتور اریک ابتز، وزیر کار استرالیا 2015. ظالمان در تهران شیاطینی هستند که هر یک روزی که در قدرت باقی بمانند اضافه است. جنبش ایران آزاد یک جنبش مردمی واقعی است.
از 30,000 اعدام وحشیانه در سال 1367 تا صدها اعدامی که امسال تا کنون توسط این رژیم وحشی صورت گرفته، هر گونه توجیه برای مراوده با این رژیم سرکوبگر مطلقاً از بین رفته است. پس زمان حرف زدن یا اصلاحات این رژیم خیلی وقت است که گذشته. ضرورت برکناری تام و تمام این رژیم فرا رسیده است.
آنچه موفقیت را تضمین می کند یک برنامه است. ما این برنامه را داریم، یک برنامه 10 ماده‌ای. آنچه موفقیت را تضمین می کند یک رهبری الهام بخش و مستحکم است. ما آن را در خانم رجوی داریم. آنچه موفقیت را تضمین می کند اراده ملت ایران است، همچنان استوار است و با زندان و شکنجه و خونریزی متزلزل نشده است.
سازمان ملل منشور خود را بررسی کند و به رسمیت شناختن شورای ملی مقاومت و خانم رجوی را به عنوان دولت مشروع مردم ایران در نظر بگیرد.
Greetings from down under, greetings from Australia. Freedom is precious. We need to protect it and fight for it every single day, which is why Australians salute, support and stand in solidarity with the ever-growing Free Iran movement. That said, I believe Australian governments of both persuasions should do and could do a lot more in the cause of a free Iran. Fellow freedom lovers, we need to be resolute. We need to stand in solidarity with each other. We need to call out evil for what it is, evil, with no excuses or slippery nuances attached. Can we be agreed that evil is evil? That the Tehran tyrants are evil, and each day they remain in power is a day too long. The Free Iran movement is a genuine grassroots people movement. In Australia, the Iranian diaspora is a group of passionate freedom advocates who combine a blend of genuineness and professionalism which is highly persuasive, endearing and captivating. From the 30,000 brutal executions in 1988 to the 300 plus so far this year by the brutal regime, any vestige of justification, if there ever was one, for this dictatorial, repressive regime has been absolutely forfeited. So time for talk and condemnation or reform has long passed. The need for talk has been supplanted by the need for action. The need for condemnation or reform has been supplanted by the need for removal of the regime, lock, stock and barrel. A regime which, instead of protecting its own, kills them. A regime which backs up like-minded brutal dictatorships. A regime which sponsors terrorist organisations. Indeed, a regime which itself engages in terrorist activities is not worthy of being feted around a negotiating table. The United Nations might reflect on its charter and consider acknowledging the NCRI and Mrs. Rajavi as the legitimate government for the people of Iran. Personal experience and world history tells us all that appeasement emboldens bullies and tyrants alike. Appeasement has never worked, yet too many foreign affairs departments believe that somehow this time it will be different. May I politely remind the world's foreign affairs experts of the definition of stupidity: repeatedly doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. It won't happen. I suspect that the length of my contribution today will not determine the success of the Free Iran movement. If it would, I would talk for as long as necessary. But what will guarantee success is a plan. We have one, a 10-point plan. What will guarantee success is inspiring leadership with integrity. We have it with Mrs. Rajavi. What will guarantee success is the determination of the Iranian people, which remains resolute and has not been broken or shaken through imprisonment, torture and bloodshed. What will guarantee success is external pressure, which this conference is providing in such a powerful, persuasive way. And what will also guarantee success is our personal commitment to the cause of a free Iran. Friends, all the ingredients for success are in place. We need to make it happen for freedom, for democracy, and for those who have been tortured and died in the cause, whom we commemorate today with this reflection on what occurred in 1988. So Mrs. Rajavi and the oppressed people of Iran, be assured of my prayers, my hope and my efforts, which are and will continue to be dedicated to attending the next Free Iran Summit can be held in a free Iran. Be assured Australians have your back, support your cause, salute your resilience and wish you Godspeed in the great cause of a free Iran. Thank you.
تونی کلمنت، وزیر خزانه‌داری کانادا 2015. رژیم ایران به دلیل میزان حماقت و بیکفایتی خود و همچنین فعالیت‌های ایرانیان در داخل و خارج از ایران شکست خواهد خورد. پیروزی و تحقق یک ایران جدید نزدیک است.
Et Madame Rajavi, merci pour votre travail. Merci pour votre support, pour votre leadership. C'est le meilleur. Bravo. I got to start with, you're not going to believe this. You probably haven't heard this yet. But the Iranian government took it upon themselves to criticize the French government for their handling of the protests. Can you believe that? Now, there's a Yiddish word called chutzpah. It means audacity. And I know this is not a laughing matter, but the audacity of the Iranian government often, no, I'll say always, knows no bounds. So I just think that that is incredible that they do not have the self-knowledge to understand that the world is watching how they deal with the protests in Iran and how terrible they have done over the last, well, over 40 years now. And of course I feel for all of the victims of the Iranian government, that terrorist government, inside Iran, outside Iran. There are many, 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 and I want to pay tribute to NCRI and MEK for keeping the light lit so that we never forget all of those victims. We never forget, and it compels more action. I want to take a slightly different approach to these issues. And I'm not doing so in a lighthearted way, but I think it's important to say that this Iranian government is dangerous, but it's also kind of incompetent. You'd think with all of the power that they have at their disposal that they would handle things a little bit better, but no, they do not. Of course, Canadians have personal experience with this. When they downed Ukrainian Flight 752, killing 176 innocent civilians, 63 of whom were Canadian, over the skies at Tehran in early 2020. So the world asked, how could this happen? The response of the Iranian government was, whoops, we thought it was a cruise missile. You know, it takes a certain amount of incompetence to think that that's your best defense on the accusation of innocents dying over your own skies. But that's what they went with. Let's not also forget, because I know a lot has happened since early 2020, that the very same Iranian government, when COVID was ravaging their own population, denied that this was a problem. This couldn't come from China, they said. It must be a plot of America. Why am I saying so much about their incompetence? I'm saying it because it gives us hope. They are not infallible. They are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And they will be defeated by a combination of the actions of Iranians, both inside and outside Iran, and dare I say, because this happens all the time throughout history, by the weight of their own idiocy and incompetence. So please, leave this place with hope. Don't despair. Yes, we must grieve for those who have lost their lives and livelihoods, but do not despair, because victory, hope, a new Iran is around the corner. Merci. Thank you very much.